Chris, I'm going to sneak behind you real quick. Thank you. Remember when you all leave, you all have to go to your room. I mean, if it's blocked, you'll still be able to lift it up and like get it. Don't. That's what. Yeah, what you might want to do is someone hold it, the other person get under the tape, and hand it off to the other person. All right. Anything else from there? That was first. Give me off the flop out there. Something goes wrong. You might be able to stand up and just sit in the camera. All the Yeah. Yeah. What is it? Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Kylie, one of you all run and one of those doors get another car out and hop on it. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Do you know what the box looks like that has these in it? Run and grab the other one out and talk into it. And if I can hear you, I'm going to give you a thumbs up, and then you can bring me that one. Hello, hello. Test one, two, test, test.
All Mingo Central staff members, please meet in the back of the gym, please. All Mingo Central staff, please meet in the back of the gym. Thank you. Can I have your attention, please? We would like for all of our guests to find a seat, please. We'll be started in 5 minutes. We're going to start in 5 minutes. We're just going to give a few more people time to get in. There was a road closure at Elk Creek, so we're going to give 5 more minutes, and then we're going to get started.
Please remain standing until the invocation. No, it is. Please remain standing until the invocation is complete. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to open us up in prayer, so if you would please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we gather here today, this evening, with our hearts full of thanks for the strength you've given us, the lessons we've learned, and the friendships we've made along the way. Throughout long days, uncertain moments, and unexpected challenges, you have walked with us. You have molded us not into only graduates, but strong men and women of courage, character, and purpose. Lord, we just invite your presence into this place as we close one chapter of our life and step into another. May we carry on forward with the confidence and strength that comes from you only. Guide our steps as we move forward. Help us to walk in truth, to lead with love, and to serve with humility. We thank you for every parent and teacher and mentor who has supported us. May you bless them for their love, patience, and faith in us. And most of all, let this class go forward with courage and kindness, and with the knowledge that when we are with you, we can never be alone. Amen.
Well, first, I would like to thank the Mingo Central staff for allowing me to come back and speak to this graduating class here tonight. And seeing as that I'm back in West Virginia, hello, wild and wonderful West Virginia. It is great to be back on this mountain here. Parents and everyone alike, let's give a round of applause for class of 2025. Now let's talk about something we all know a little too well. High school wasn't about the textbooks and exams. It was a journey of self-discovery. And most importantly, it was a test of your ability to function on minimal sleep. But look at y'all here, standing high and proud above Mingo Central, West Virginia. Tonight, as you walk out those doors, you will be standing on the brink of your future. You are running to the most exciting journey of all, your life. Remember, it's not the destination, but the roads you take. Whether your journey leads you to college, the workforce, or wherever else, you have the power to shape it the way you want. When I graduated, I was told by so many how hard college would be, and it made me very tense. Now, I'm not saying college is easy, seeing that I'm standing here, but it's certainly doable. The hardest thing to do when you first get there is finding your people, your crowd. But once you do, God, they'll make fun of you, they'll help you laugh, they'll cuss people out with you, they'll make your life so much easier. For example, I had a really rough day. I had to study for an exam the next day, and then I got a message from one of them. Two of my guys were out late on the road. They took a video of this guy running in the middle of the road. What was so funny about that, you may ask? He was naked, running in the middle of the road, late at night. They knew I needed a release. They knew I needed something. And well, I'm still laughing about that video to this day. Let's talk about another time. Finals week. Every single night between 8 and 12 began a fire alarm shuffle. Anytime between 8 and 12, we were shuffling down the stairs, hooting and hollering, using a lot of colorful language. These are my people. It happened so many times, the fire department, they finally said they weren't coming back. Nothing was happening with those fire alarms. They were all false alarms. These are all true stories. My point is, no matter how bumpy, how rough life gets, your people, your crowd will get you through. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that the future is yours already. I'm sure you all heard that enough from the first day you got in school. But what I am going to tell you, from my experience, if you want something bad enough, you have to go get it yourself. I also want to tell you that when you leave here, your dreams, your wants, it might change, and that is okay. If you're not happy with something, change it. You have the power to change it. Change is good. You never know what you can do until you do it. I know you're here wondering how your lives are going to turn out. I want you to realize it's okay to wonder and not have an answer. It's important to realize that the future is not something that happens to you. It's something that you all create. So, change your mind. Change it again if need be. You have to make yourself happy. As one of the greatest American computer scientists said, the greatest way to predict the future is to invent it. You are the future. You have the power to shape a world that you want to live in. Now, run out there and make it happen. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates. It is an honor to address you this evening. Class of 2025, we made it. Tonight, we stand at the end of one season and the beginning of the next. Like the final buzzer of a game, graduation marks a time to celebrate, reflect, and look ahead to what's next. And since I have spent as much time in the gym as I have in the classroom, I have come to know life is just like the game of basketball. Each of us started this fast-paced game 4 years ago. Some of us were nervous freshmen, others are eager to prove ourselves. We faced pressure, made turnovers, shot some air balls, and maybe even sat the bench. But we learned to pass, to support our teammates, and always keep our eyes on the clock. Now here we are in our final quarter of our senior year. Tonight, as we celebrate this milestone, I want us to pause, not to call a timeout, but to remember where our strength truly comes from. There's a Bible verse that has carried me through on the court and off the court. That verse is Proverbs 35:6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. Seek His will, and He will show you which path to take. In basketball, you can draw the perfect play, but sometimes the shot doesn't fall. Life is the same way. You can plan your future, chase your dreams, do everything right, but you can still face a blocked shot or a sudden change in direction. That's where this verse speaks volumes. It reminds us that we don't have to understand every step ahead. We just have to trust in Jesus, the one who does know. I would like to thank my family for the unwavering support and the countless hours that you drove me to the gym. But most importantly, you guys constantly reminded me that Jesus and academics were always first. Thank you for believing in me when I did not believe in myself. To my teachers, I thank each of you for pushing me to be the very best student possible. I'm standing here today because of you guys. To my coaches, thank you for teaching me the value of hard work and how to overcome adversity. To my teammates, you will forever be my second family. We endured long practices together, fought through losses, and celebrated victories. To my earlier college academy classmates, you guys have become some of my closest friends. We have made memories to last a lifetime, and even graduated college before high school. And now, to the class of 2025, as we step off the sport and onto a bigger one, entering college, careers, and unknown ports where things might look a little different, just remember that your value is not your stats, not your GPA, not your trophies, your boards, or even your social media status, but is in your heart, your faith, and your willingness to trust God, even when the play breaks down. And that doesn't mean we stop working hard to achieve our goals. Any good point guard knows preparation matters. So be bold. Take the shot, miss some, make some. Never give up. But always remember, trust in the Lord even when you don't understand what play He's running. Because with Him, we're never really out of bounds, but always in His play. May every step we take off the court be led by the one who knows the final score. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Good, good evening, everyone in class of 2025. My name is James Moore. It's an honor to stand here before you. Some of you know me, some of you don't. Before I get started, I feel I should introduce myself and thank the people who helped me get to where I am today. I grew up in the Lenore and Delbarton area. I went to school at Lenore Pre-K-8 from kindergarten up until about the 3rd grade. That's when I switched schools to go to Birch Pre-K-8. The transition was a little bit rough at first. The sports was a good outlet that I used to make friends and help acclimate to my new area. In the classroom, I was a little bit more reserved to myself, but sports was a good way. I had friends in that classroom to help me get along. I finished middle school at Birch, and that brought me here to the mountain. I played all 4 years of football and wrestled for 3 of those years. I want to thank God, my family, coaches, and girlfriend for always supporting me in whatever I chose to do. I consider myself lucky in the fact my parents were always on top of me about my schoolwork and making sure I was doing what I needed to in the classroom. I want to thank my coaches I've had growing up from midget league all the way to high school. They really helped me get acclimated to my new area and have a good time doing so. There's a few people that helped me be good on the field. Those people range from my parents off the field and my coaches like Chef on the field. They always push me to be the best and instill lessons I learned outside of sports. The most important lesson I feel I learned from them is discipline. Discipline has helped me in all aspects of life, whether that was on the football field, in the classroom, or at home. It would have been easy for me to take a play off or slack off an assignment, but thanks to them, I've always been disciplined enough to never take that play off or slack off, and that led me to be successful on and off the field. Now that you know a little bit more about me, I want to leave you with a little bit of advice. We're all at a crossroads in life. Some of us are choosing the college route, some are wanting to go to the trades. Some of you might not be sure of what you're going to do. My advice would be, in whatever it is you decide, to have discipline. Some of you may be wondering what discipline is. I think this quote by Abraham Lincoln will clear that up. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. This quote to me means choosing the hard road that'll be worth it over time versus choosing the easy road that'll lead to comfort in the short term. This could be something as simple as waking up in time for school and not being late. This could be something as showing up on time to work. It is doing your job fully and not leaving it for other people. Outside of advice, I want to congratulate everyone. This is a huge milestone and accomplishment that needs to be celebrated. Everyone here has the potential to go on to do great things, but don't think of graduation as the end. It is the beginning to an amazing journey. Congratulations, everyone.
Good evening to our families, friends, and of course, to the graduating class of 2025. Standing here tonight, I find myself thinking about how strange it is that life rarely announces its pivotal moments. We do not get grand signs or flashing lights telling us, hey, this is it, pay attention. Often, we only realize something mattered after it's already behind us, kind of like how you only see the full shape of a wave after it's crashed against the shore. To me, tonight feels like one of these moments, and I'm sure it does for every single one of you too. Lately, I've spent a lot of time thinking about what it means to leave a place, and even more importantly, what it means to become someone new. We talk about growing up as if it's one straight line, a clear upward climb from one certainty to the next. But that could not be further from the truth, because if these last few years have taught us anything, it is that life is not linear. It's winding and unpredictable, going in every single direction it possibly can. And in the midst of that certainty, there's a line from a song by Leve that stayed with me. In her song, Slow Down, she sings, "Though I'm getting older, my life has just begun." I believe that lyric perfectly encapsulates this moment better than any advice I could offer to you. Because even though we've grown, earned our high school degrees, and survived the tests, both literally and figuratively, the truth is, we are still growing, still at the very beginning of who we are and who we will become. And on that note, I want to congratulate my fellow early college academy students for the incredible dedication and resilience we've shown. Balancing both college and high school courses, managing double the expectations, and navigating two worlds wasn't easy, but we faced it head on. And tonight, we celebrate not only earning our diplomas, but everything it took to get here. I'm proud to stand along each of you, knowing that we didn't just get through this journey, we grew through it. We had to balance college deadlines on top of high school exams. We juggled expectations from both our high school and college instructors. But sometimes, I felt I wasn't truly a part of either, somehow staggered in the middle, wondering which side is pulling me more than the other. Yet, this space between me helped discover things about myself I had never known. It helped me learn to stand on my own, how to navigate the chaos that is college, and how to keep moving, even when the path wasn't exactly clear. And whether you are a part of ECA or not, every one of us has had to figure out how to exist in the in-between, between what people expected out of us and what we wanted ourselves. It didn't matter what CTE program we did or what classes we took. Growing up in its truest form happens in those in-betweens. The ones no one claps for, the ones that don't get posted, simply the ones where it's just us, and the choice to either give up or keep going. But if there's one thing I hope we carry with us from this moment onward, it's this. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is to not ever give up and to not ever stop fighting. Thank you to our families, our teachers, our friends, and everyone who believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves. This moment belongs to all of us. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to introduce our graduation and guest speaker this year. Joseph Payton is an award-winning anchor and reporter at WSAZ TV in Huntington, West Virginia, where he enjoyed covering news and sports since 2021. He is from Ironton, Ohio, where he graduated from St. Joseph High School in 2014. His career in television began after graduating from Ohio University in 2018 with a degree in journalism, news, and information. He spent 3 years working at WFIE 14 News in Evansville, Indiana, before returning home to work at WSAZ. Whether on the 6 o'clock news, on Fired Up Friday, or Football Friday night, telling the stories that are happening here in our region has been the highlight of his career. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Joseph Payton.
All right, thank you all for having me here. This is pretty wild. I'm used to staring into a camera and not knowing how many people are watching me, and I can't see anybody, right? I'm just dialed in. So today's a little different. I can see all of you staring back at me, and I'm not going to lie, that makes me a little nervous. But again, thank you all for having me. I am Joseph Payton. I've been working at WSAZ for 4 years now. It truly has been the joy of my life. I try not to take myself too seriously, so I'm going to be telling some goofy stories in this speech. I urge all of you, if you're listening, please laugh with me. Please, God, laugh with me. That would be excellent. It would make me feel a lot better, and I think this thing would go much more smoothly than it otherwise probably could. So when your new principal, Mr. Klein, called me a few months ago and asked if I would speak tonight. I really couldn't believe it. Again, I'm just some guy from Ironton, Ohio that happens to work at your local news station. Seriously, what an honor it is to stand up here in front of all of you on such a big day and celebrate with you. I understand you had to have tickets just to get in the building. They let me in here without one, and they even put me on the mic, so I'll try not to abuse that too much. So while I was thinking about what in the world I could say to all of you out there, I think there's 134 of you. I didn't really know where to go with it. I'm not much older than you guys. I'm 29 years old, so 11 years separates me from the seats that you're sitting in right now. It was 11 years ago this weekend that I was doing the graduation business up in Ironton. So while I certainly don't have all the answers for you, I guess I do have 11 years of life experience, and that's my leg up on you. So I'll try to speak to a little bit of that, give you a little bit of game that maybe you can take with you that hopefully helps you figure things out. Because at the end of the day, everybody in this room is still just trying to figure things out. Somebody's doing something for the first time every single day. So let's jump into this crazy thing here. Did a little digging. Your school's website, the mantra, says Mingo Central High School. Learners today, leaders tomorrow. That learning part, thank goodness you guys have already taken care of that, at least as it pertains to what happens inside this building, Monday through Friday from August to May. So let's turn the page to tomorrow, where as it says, you guys are going to be expected to be leaders, expected to lead. It's pretty simple. One of the cool things about my job is that I get to go around the tri-state and meet people every single day. I tell stories for a living. Simple as that. And to do that, I have to talk to people. Many of these people are great leaders, whether it be at work or in their communities. They're elected officials, business owners, teachers, administrators, folks in law enforcement, coaches, team captains, moms and dads, you name it. I've talked to most all of them. And if there's one thing I've noticed about all of these people, all of these great leaders, they have one thing in common, and that is conviction. Don't get that confused with being convicted. We certainly don't want that for any of you all sitting here. But conviction, I think that's important. People with conviction, they say what they believe what they say. Everything that they do it with purpose. They're not just coming to school or coming to work, showing up and punching the clock. They have a process that they believe in. And if they follow it, they believe the desired results will come at some point too. The great ones are even willing to put themselves out there, vulnerable to failure, vulnerable to embarrassment, all while seeking something greater for the people that they lead. So while I'm not claiming to be a leader myself, I think we should all go about our lives with some conviction. So for all of you leaders of tomorrow, let's talk a little bit about conviction. So this is where the goofy stories come in. Again, please laugh with me, joke with me. This will be a good time. When I was a kid, I pretty much called my shot. To, I guess, a humble brag. I said I wanted to get into TV and do something similar to what I'm doing now. And that's because I used to wake up on Saturday mornings and watch College Game Day. On NFL Sunday afternoons, I was watching all the NFL coverage. On Friday nights after high school football games, I was watching Football Friday Night on WSAZ. The thing about it was, many of the guys that I saw on TV, and girls, many of them were former athletes. For a lot of those guys, many of them played college football, professional football, and then after they retired, they found themselves in the TV game, sitting on a desk, talking about the sports that they played and the sports that they loved. So I thought that could be me one day. Those were the most visible people on my TV screen. And I thought that's just how you get there. That's the path. That's the route. You go play college football somewhere. If you're good enough, you play professional football somewhere. And then maybe if you know what you're talking about, you have the credibility to go up there and talk about it. So that was my plan. To go play professional football and then hop on the desk at some TV network when my playing days were over. I felt pretty strongly about that. My mom and dad will tell you. I had conviction. That's what I was going to do. That's what I wanted to do. But it didn't take long for me to realize that maybe the path that I wanted to take may not be the best option. I'd invite all of you to take a quick look at me and my body. College football, the NFL, is not in the cards for people like me. I wouldn't really have much for you if I met one of you guys here on the football team in the A-gap. You're winning that 50-50 battle every time. Not only that, I had not even considered the fact that the tiny Catholic high school I was planning to attend had not fielded an actual football team since 1992. There was no option there, so I had to call an audible. The dream of being a television reporter was still alive, but I needed to figure out a different way there. All of that to say, if you have a dream of doing something or getting somewhere, don't lose your conviction, especially if your original plan didn't quite work out the way that you thought it was going to. If you told yourself that you were going to get somewhere or do something or become someone, just find a different way there to that destination. Having conviction was never going to take me to the NFL and then to a television studio, but it did help me navigate a different path there. Okay, so once you feel strongly about something, once you feel like you have that conviction, I just want to make sure that you don't let it manifest as stubbornness. It's understandable. It's easy to get set in your ways. You feel so strongly about something that it absolutely has to be true, right? There's no way you could be wrong. You might think my plan is the only way to the destination. Maybe you've done something a certain way for so long and nothing's wrong with it. It hasn't really bit you in the butt yet, so why would we change anything about it? I hear you. I'll give you another goofy example that I think will tie into this. Some of you might be seeing me for the first time. Others maybe watch WSAZ on the regular. Some of you may have met me when we came here for Fired Up Friday, which was unbelievable, by the way. To you, this is how I've always looked. But let me tell you, I underwent a major life-changing situation when I was in college. And that was when I had to go and get a different haircut. From the time I was a little boy until I was about 20 years old, I was rocking the bowl cut. Seriously, brown hair, bangs, down here with it, straight line across the forehead. It was terrible. I was truly a coconut head. If any of you have ever seen the movie Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey's character, Lloyd Christmas, with the chipped tooth and the bowl cut, that's one of my favorite movies, and I always thought he looked ridiculous. It just never dawned on me when I looked in the mirror that that's what I also looked like. So fast forward to college, my freshman year at Ohio University in Athens, I'm starting to learn the ropes of the TV stuff. Reporting, television, all that good stuff. It was my job to cover the Athens Bulldogs high school basketball team. I'll add that their best player at the time was a guy by the name of Joe Burrow. So that was pretty cool to get my feet wet covering a guy like that. So we'd cover their games, get our highlights, gather our information, get our interviews. And then on Saturday mornings, we would record a highlight show. Think of it as like Sports Center, but it was centered around high school basketball in Southern Ohio. On this particular Saturday, it was going to be my first time on the air. The very first time on TV in front of people watching and caring a little bit about what you have to say. And that's what I hope to do for years to come. No pressure. So we do the show that Saturday morning. I thought I did okay. It wasn't great. But then after the show, all of us reporters always had a meeting with our producer. We would go over the things that went right, the things that went wrong, the things that we could be better at, all that good stuff. Now, when the producer got to me, his main critique for me was that I had to do something about my bowl cut. Earth-shattering. The haircut I had for 20 years that I felt like I was married to, it finally dawned on me that the bowl cut was absolutely not the vibe if I wanted to have any sort of career on television. How could you look at a guy with a bowl cut and take that man seriously? It wasn't going to be me. I wasn't going to let it. Despite my previous conviction that my hair was fine and my stubbornness to leave it unchanged for 20 years, I went and got a haircut because I knew it needed to be done. All that to say, and I think the lesson with that goofy story, have conviction, but be willing to make any necessary changes that it might take to get you to where you want to be. In hindsight, that new haircut was a big confidence booster for me. Confidence is obviously key in whatever you all decide to do. Whether that's at school, that's at your jobs. Just while you do that and you have that conviction, I want you to also make sure it doesn't manifest as stubbornness. You also want to make sure that if you're not going to let it manifest as stubbornness, what you can do is let it disguise itself as that confidence I was just talking about. As a reporter for me at work every day, I'm asked to be the expert on whatever story I'm covering that day. During the daytime, I'm getting information, getting my interviews, trying to piece together all of the important info that our viewers need to understand the story. And at the end of the day, I might have to be live. And that's on the air during our 6 o'clock newscast. We call those live shots. I can tell you some of my best live shots I've ever done were in times when I felt pretty strongly about the fact that I knew exactly what I was talking about. I knew I was the expert. I knew the topic better than anyone else, and that gave me confidence. That's that conviction coming in again. Now, some of the worst ones I ever had were in times of doubt, times when I was questioning my ability. That's when you start to look like a deer in headlights. You start to stutter. You get the big eyeballs on the air, and it becomes pretty obvious, not only to you, but everyone watching you, that you are an absolute nervous wreck. You're unsure of yourself. The scary part about live TV is that you only get one shot at it. There aren't any do-overs. So that pressure is real. You can feel the thousands of eyeballs watching you, and you know if you mess up, everybody is going to see it. But even though there aren't any do-overs on that particular day, there is always tomorrow. There's always the next day, or the next show, in my case. You can feel that fear, but you have to try your hardest to not let it replace your confidence, which comes from your conviction. While I'm still working on that to this day, it's a work in progress. I can remember a moment when I was in high school that helped me prepare for those live shots. Those moments where everyone is watching and it's do or die time. You either sink or you swim. Some of you have probably already experienced those moments. If not, trust me, they're coming and you'll be ready for it. But it's my freshman year of high school. I'm playing second base and it's a pretty big game, one that we're all pretty excited about. We're in the last inning. Bases are loaded, all tied up, so the pressure was on. So somebody needed to make a play there. While I certainly wanted to be the guy that made the big play, I really hoped the ball would be hit to somebody else. I feared the failure. The risk of failure, at least for me in that moment, outweighed the reward of making that play. So sure enough, guess who the ball's hit to? Me, at second base. And it was the hardest hit ground ball that I've ever had hit at me in my life. Here we go. If I make the play, we go to extra innings. If we don't, we lose. And it'll be my fault. In a small moment of doubt, I didn't square myself up over that ball, and it went between my legs. That was all she wrote, and we lost. The run scored, and that was it. See, I thought I was a good ball player, but in that moment, I didn't really believe it. I didn't believe I was good enough to make that play in that moment. And it turned out I was right. So what if I had belief in that moment? What if my confidence had won out over the fear of failure? Maybe I would have made that play. I don't know. We'll never know. Just understand that when you do fail, you have to keep your confidence and stand strong in your conviction. Sure, it's embarrassing in the moment and you wish you could change it, but it's never really as bad as you think. I let my teammates down, but none of them felt any differently about me. I think we went to Penn Station to get food after the game. The seniors gave me a ride there. They weren't holding it against me. So there was no reason for me to let it dictate how I felt about myself. Remember, you're never as good as your most recent victory, and you're never as bad as your most recent defeat. Over the next few years, when you're navigating school or your jobs, these kind of moments will hit you. Just let them be moments of reflection, a moment to figure out how to be better next time. But never let them change who you think you are and what you're capable of doing. Keep your conviction even when tough times make you question it. Now, this last part's pretty simple, and I have one more story for you. We just talked about failure. We talked about being willing to change when it's necessary. But we need to also talk about having some conviction in who you are. You all are going to find out a lot about yourselves here in the next few years. You're in such a fun era of life. High school's a great time. College can be even better. And being on the job can be even better too, when you have that freedom. Whatever you find out about yourself, remain true to it. I know that sounds cliche, but seriously, if you like a particular kind of music, who cares what other people are listening to? If you're the only person you know that plans to study what you plan to study in school, go do that. Be that one person. If you only like to eat chicken tenders at dinner time, rock on. I've been living off chicken tenders and pizza for 29 years, and that's just who I am. And while we live in a world where you hear the opinions of others all day, every day, just understand that the only opinions that matter are those of your family, your most trusted friends, and your own. Take comfort in knowing that nobody is really worried about what other people are doing. Some of you right now are probably thinking, when's this guy going to be done? What's for dinner tonight? What grad party am I going to tomorrow afternoon? I hope the rain holds off for my tea time in the morning, or man, I really have to pee. The people that you care about are the ones that are thinking of you. Most others are not. I don't know about you, but that kind of gives me a freeing feeling at times. Such freedom in that once you realize that no one's really looking at you all the time. This is the last example, and it's probably the most unorthodox one, and then we'll put a bow on this thing so we can get you guys your diplomas and out of here. I can remember in 5th grade, it was the first day of school after Christmas break, and I wasn't feeling very well. But when you tell your mom that after you had 3 weeks off of school for Christmas, that's an excuse that's just not going to cut it. So I ate my breakfast, and I get to school. It's cold outside, so everybody's convening in the gym. The whole school's in there. I walk in, everybody's there waiting for their class to be called into their homerooms. And what's the first thing I do in front of God and everybody? I throw up in front of the entire school. Trust me, anyone who was at St. Lawrence Elementary School on January 3rd, 2007 saw this. And I remember that date. That's for real. I was 11 years old, just traumatic. I'm thinking, dude, this will follow me for the rest of my life. I'm always going to be known for this. This will define me forever. These kids are always going to think of me as that disgusting pukey kid in 5th grade. In reality, I might be one of the only ones who still remembers that. Although I'm open to the possibility that someone still refers to me as pukey back in Ironton, Ohio. It was embarrassing in the moment, but no one really cares. They all just went about their days, some probably stressed out about a math test or wondering who they were going to sit by at lunch later that day. I tell you this because you should know that what everybody thinks of you doesn't really matter all that much. The people you care about, again, and those who care about you, those are the opinions that matter. If random kids at St. Lawrence Elementary School are calling you Pukey Peyton, more power to them. But the reality is, they're probably not. And even if your head is telling you that's what they think, They may not even be thinking of you at all. So just be you. Have conviction in who you are, not what everybody else might say that you are. So as I wrap this up, understand what you've accomplished today. You'll walk out of here as graduates of Mingo Central High School, and that means something. I mean that. Make no mistake about it. This is a very special place. I know that sounds like I'm just pandering to all of you in here, but I mean that as well. God has blessed me with a job that takes me to high schools all over the tri-state. I go to 10 or 12 or 13 each fall and maybe 5 or 6 during basketball season. And when I came here for the first time, I absolutely sensed something special. That was back on November 1st. The morning I spent in here with many of you for Fired Up Friday was amazing. So many people here, young and old, supporting each other, having pride in the community that they represent and that they were proud of, being enthusiastic about something as simple as a football game. And after the pep rally was over that morning, Mr. Klein and I were texting back and forth, and I said, I wish everybody could experience Mingo County and Mingo Central High School the way that I did that morning. The cool part now is that wherever you all end up in life, each person that you meet has a chance to do just that. To experience you, a Mingo Central grad, and all that you have to offer the world. Some of you may plan to stay here, get married and have kids here, bring them up in this school system. You'll work in this community and work to make it a better place. You might even work here at this school to try and make it a better place. If that's what you want to do, do that. We need you. There's always going to be a place for you here at home. Now, some of you may plan to leave here today and never, ever return. And if that's what you intend to do, that's great too. We'll miss you. But trust me, the world needs more Mingo County in it. So wherever you go, make sure you take that with you. You can never be too proud of where you came from. Wear it like a badge of honor. You're graduates of Mingo Central, and that absolutely means something in this world. Remember to have conviction in everything that you do. You can absolutely be whoever you want to be. You're now equipped to navigate as many different paths as it takes for you to reach your dreams. You are smart enough to know when to change course. And while you may not know who or what you want to be right now, have conviction that you're going to be able to figure it out. You'll be ready when life hits you that ground ball with the game on the line. Leaders of tomorrow, it's time for you to lead the way. We're looking forward to seeing how you do it. Congratulations to the class of 2025.
Good evening. We're one step closer to the diploma, I promise. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Mingo Central, I want to thank you all for being here to honor our graduates. A celebration of perseverance, hard work, and the accomplishments of the class of 2025. Before I continue, I want to pause and give a heartfelt thank you to a few people who went above and beyond this past week and this past year. You may not know the work that they've done, but I want to give them a special shout out. To Donna England and Gordon Carter, we thank you for stepping up when we needed you most. Your support, your dedication, and your willingness to do whatever it takes keeps us going. We couldn't have made it without you. A huge thank you to our counselors, Miss Gilman, Miss Harmon, and Miss Justice, who helped make this week a success, and our assistant principal, Sherry Copley, for her commitment to your achievement. To Lauren Copley, your work behind the scenes made everything today look beautiful. Thank you for bringing such care and creativity to this moment. And to our guest speaker, Joseph Payton, thank you for your words of encouragement. At this time, I would like to slow things down and take a moment to honor someone who is not with us in body, but certainly is with us in spirit, Miss Tina Klein, one of our beloved math teachers. Always had a favorite seat at graduation, where she would proudly sit and take a picture of every graduate. That seat is reserved for her tonight, and please join me in a moment of silence as we honor her memory. Thank you. Last year was our first year that we presented the Heart of a Miner Award, and in Miss Tina Klein's memory, I would like to rename that as the Tina Klein Heart of a Miner Award, an honor that recognizes a student who embodies her same school spirit, dedication, compassion, humility, and unwavering support of this very school. This year I have chosen a student whose time at Mingo Central has been marked by more than just academic success. They've shown quiet leadership, constant encouragement, and a heart that lifts up everyone around them. Like Miss Klein, they've led not for recognition, but because it's simply who they are. Someone who sees the good in others and helps them see them in themselves. It is my pleasure to honor this student, who we hope one day becomes a math teacher here at Mingo Central himself, Caden Hall, with the Tina Klein Art of a Miner Award. Moving on, I have the privilege of presenting the Principal's Awards to two very special students. These students aren't the loudest in the room. They don't draw attention to themselves, but they have constantly shown up, done their work, never complained, and quietly led by example. They've excelled in their CTE programs and have been positive influences throughout their time here. They've flown under the radar, but tonight I want to make sure that they are seen. The first Principal's Award goes to a young woman in the Pro Start program who has already taken her skills beyond the classroom. She runs her own business and handles it with the kind of responsibility and dedication that is rare at any age. Congratulations to Alyssa Compton. The second Principal's Award goes to a student in the building construction program. I've never seen him without a smile on his face, and he is the hardest working student I know. Always kind, always focused, always giving his all. Congratulations to Rafael Lopez Perez. Next, I would like to take a moment to recognize our students who are graduating with academic honors. If you are wearing red cords for honors 3.0 to 3.49 GPA, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. Thank you. If you are wearing white cords for high honors 3.50 to 3.84 GPA, please stand and be recognized. And if you are wearing gold cords for very high honors with a GPA of 3.85 and above, please stand. Congratulations. Finally, let me share a few words to the class of 2025. As many have said before I've gotten up here, each of you have taken a unique journey to reach the stage tonight. But no journey is made alone. Let's start with the people who were your first teachers, your families. At this time, if you are a parent or guardian of one of our graduates, would you please stand and let us recognize you? Thank you. After your families, they gave you your foundation, they handed you over to your elementary school staff. I have invited our elementary school staff here to represent and to cherish this moment with us. If you are an elementary school staff member, would you please stand and be recognized? You may remember some of those people. Then you started at high school just after a global pandemic. Do you remember that? COVID-19 took moments from you, sports seasons, school dances, and the normal rhythm of life. Coming to high school during that time was not easy, but you persevered, you adjusted, and you grew stronger. Then you came to us, your high school staff, your teachers, counselors, aides, custodians, cooks, bus drivers, and administrators. If you are a part of Mingo Central High School, would you please stand and let us honor you? Thank you for guiding them these past 4 years. Up until this point, your life has had your major decisions made for you. But now everything changes. No matter the path you took to get here, you made it. You deserve to be here. Some of you spent a little more time in ISS than you should have. Some of you spent more hours studying than you did sleeping. And I don't know what some of you will do without me telling you to take your hat off every day. But all of you crossed the finish line. You made it. So let me say this. You may not have asked for the life that you were given, but from this point on, you're going to ask for the life you received. Tonight is a reset. Maybe you didn't do everything you wanted. Maybe you made some mistakes. Maybe your high school experience wasn't perfect. But tonight, you all leave here on equal footing. This is your starting line, and you all have the potential to change the world. And I believe everything in me that you will. I am so proud to be your principal, and you are the reason that we all do what we do. But before we give you your diplomas, I do want to say 2 more things that you may never get to hear me say again. Remember, no skipping, vaping, or fighting. And I'm going to leave you with the 4 B's. Be respectful, be responsible, be safe, and be your best. Congratulations, class of 2025. I love you.
Good evening. As we celebrate the class of 2025, we want to honor and recognize a very special student who should be here with us tonight, Joshua Thomas. As we look into the crowd of graduating seniors, our eyes make their way to row 6, where Josh would be seated. It is a reminder that although Josh can't be with us physically, he is now with us in spirit. While Josh is not here to receive his diploma, we are honored to have his family with us tonight to accept an honorary diploma in his behalf. As the class of 2025 has experienced their senior year, they have consistently brought up memories of Josh, and they would like to address his family right now. I want to read what they have written. To the Thomas family, today feels incomplete because our class is incomplete. We cherish every moment and memory made with Josh, and we will always carry him with us in our hearts. We are praying for you and ask that you always cherish the memories that you have. Josh worked hard, formed lasting relationships, and touched many lives during his time at Mingo Central. We remember the happiness that we all felt when he was around. It is with deep sorrow and profound respect that we recognize him and would like you to know that he will forever be with us and he will forever be part of the Mingo Central class of 2025. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember Josh, his life, his impact on our school community, and the place he will always hold in our hearts. Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask the family of Joshua Thomas to come forward to receive his honorary diploma.
Good evening. At this time, I would like to ask the first row to please stand up. As I call your name, please come up to receive your diploma. Jonah Okili Mahon. James Christian Moore. Addison Jordan Smith. Joseph Connor Bragg. Gregory Scott Lowe. Delaney Grace Grimmett. Adrian Danielle Ward. Miley Louise Trent. Gina Elise Bradford. Callie Sharon Sipple. Jonathan Adam Atkins, in absentia. Nicholas Chase Atkins. Zachary Preston Arrington. Gianna Marie Akers. Jacob Alexander Anderson, in absentia. Christopher Kyle Bayston. Kaylee Joe Bayston. In absentia, Daryl Burgess Barrett III. Sydney McKaylin Blackburn. Charles Michael Blair. Will the next row please stand up? Aaron Joseph Blankenship. Jacob Drew Blankenship. Jaylee Madge Blankenship. Maddie Jo Blankenship. James Isaac Porter. Haley Grace Bowers. Leela Kelly Locke. Maxine Laura Groff. Jordan Xavier Browning. Tyler Nicholas Coleman. Braxton Lee Holland. Alyssa Marie Thompson. Zachary Ryan Thompson. Samuel Joseph Daniel. Zachary Tyler Davis. Damian Tristan Destefano. Mackenzie Elizabeth Dillon. In absentia, Scotty Michael Dingus. Brody Samuel Dodson. Kaylee Ryan Fay. Will the third row please stand up? Caden Lee Peyton Fields. Branson Lee Fuller. Kenneth Christopher Hager II in absentia. Caden Billy Drew Hall. Dakota Allen Hall. In absentia, Isabella Marie Hall. Mark Anthony Hall. Kendra Marie Hamilton. Braden J. Harmon. Brennan Lee Mankin Harrison. Eleonora Grace Hatfield. Keaton Isaac Hatfield. Riley James Hatfield. Micah Nicole Hodge. Jonathan Garrett Hurley. Logan John David Hurley. Caleb Rayburn Preston Johnson. Lindsay Lee Johnson. Kaylin Janae Joplin. Alyssa Jaden Jew. James Austin Ryan Jude. Caleb James Justice. Kimberly Jamie Lynn Justice. Brooklyn Lachey Kent. Ashton Seth Kinzer. Peyton Eric Michael Laney. Pagan Mackenzie Lane. Rafael Lopez Perez. Zariah Storm Mahan. Kenneth Quentin Markham. Riley Catherine Markham. Casey Joe Matthews Jr. Damian Theodore Maynard. Nicholas Ryan Maynard. Tommy Rayleigh Maynard. Emily Claire Mitchell. Aiden Lee Minton. Lindsay Hope Mullen. Dawson Neil Morrison. Kenna J. Morrison. Next row, please stand. Jaslyn Brooke Mosley. Adam Nelson Mounts. Trevor Joseph Mullins. Maya Lynn Nelson. Hannah Priscilla Nicholas. Ethan Daniel Uden. Bradley Owen Patrick. Hannah Elizabeth Perkins. Brock Edwards Phillips. Gary Joe Pope III. Caden Trey Porter. In absentia, Braden Hunter Priest. Alina Ann Ramey. In absentia, Emily Faith Robertson. Kyron Ross Robertson. Braxton Robert Robertson. Joseph Jaden Rose. In absentia, Elsie Runyon Jr. Haley Louise Runyon. Holly Marie Runyon. Will the next row please stand up? In absentia, Tara Grace Sanders. Davini Sky Simon. Caleb Hunter Simpkins. Braxton Tyler Sloan. Hannah Marie Sloan. Bobby Preston Smith. Colton Dean Smith. In absentia, Corey Stephen Smith. Juliana Harrigan Smith. Noah Ashton Smith. Hunter Daniel Starr. Nikki Aaliyah Stepp. Jacob Tyler Stiltner. Lakeith Corday Struther. Benjamin Martin Sullivan. Danny Douglas Walker. Micheline Nevaeh Swan. Deanna Dawn Peters. Oren Nicole Horton. Will the next row please stand up? Layla Charlene Tincher. Hendon Lynn Trent. Jonathan Dylan Vance. Haley Marie Vincent. Braden Joseph Wallace. Sarah Micah Shea Ward. Isaiah Darnell Washington. Elijah Todd Westfall. Slater Harrison White. Logan Carter Williams. Benjamin Scott Wilson. Bailey Renee Wolford. Santana Marie Price. In absentia, Donovan Gray Yates. And finally, Damari Chakaya Young. Congratulations, class of 25. I'm very proud of all of you.
Could everyone please bow your heads? Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather here today to celebrate this milestone, we give thanks to the graduates of our achievements. I pray that you guide us as we step forward into new opportunities and help us to overcome any obstacles that we may face. I pray that you fill us with wisdom, courage, and kindness, but most of all, that our lives be a testament of your gracious love. Amen.
Thank you all for my gifts, by the way. Appreciate that. Superintendent Branch, I have reviewed the transcripts of these students, and they meet the graduation requirements set forth by the state of West Virginia, and I do hereby declare them graduates of Mingo Central High School.